Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
The co-director of Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix and Kingdom Hearts 3 has revealed Square Enix isn't ruling out putting the game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Speaking with IGN, he explains that the moment development on Kingdom Hearts 3 was discussed, Square Enix planned to release HD 1.5 Remix and HD 2.5 Remix in order to set the scene for latecomers to the franchise. When we first came up with the idea for Kingdom Hearts 3, it was always 1.5, then 2.5, and we were always thinking about those three titles at the same time, he explains. I think putting the games on PlayStation 4 is something we'll explore. We understand what our players want, so we will explore the possibility. I'm not making any announcements though. We can't make any announcements yet. But while Sony gamers would likely appreciate the refresher, with Kingdom Hearts 3 heading to Xbox One as well as PlayStation 4, arguably it's Xbox owners that need the earlier installments of the game more than anyone else. When asked about whether an Xbox One edition of 1.5 and 2.5 could ever see the light of day, he was hesitant. While initial reasoning behind this was thought to be the initial exclusivity deal with Sony, it seems resources play just as much of a part. It's a big question, he says. There's a lot of things we need to think of when we consider consoles. One of them is what our players want, so we definitely consider that. But there's also schedule constraints, and we really don't want the development of Kingdom Hearts 3 going later, so we had to think about that. We'll consider all these things and come to a decision. Okay, so this is something that they would be considering and probably thinking about, but not making any decisions or announcements right now, is bringing the Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 over to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, of course, all the games on these remixes have been on different systems in the past. And we got some that were on, technically the Game Boy Advance one was transferred to PlayStation 2 at the time and updated, so we can kind of scratch that one off. But yeah, we have the stuff that was on PlayStation 2, PSP, the original DS, and maybe some 3DS. I think that was in the 2.5, or at least the cinematic part of it. So this is stuff that Microsoft Xbox owners have never been able to experience. Something for them to actually go back and play to more or less catch up story-wise, or at least try to catch up considering how weird the timelines can be with these games. This is something all Kingdom Hearts fans should be looking forward to. Well, if Square Enix ever decides to officially say that this is happening for the new-gen consoles. But considering that what they said here, there's schedule constraints that they had to worry about. They don't want to push back Kingdom Hearts 3 any further than it's already been pushed back. Something to note about this news article. There's two times when this quote has been kind of said. One, we understand what our players want. Really? I mean, obviously this isn't coming from Square Enix themselves. It's just coming from the co-director of Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix and Kingdom Hearts 3, not Square Enix themselves. And the second one says, there's a lot of things we need to think of when we consider consoles. One of them is what our players want, so we definitely consider that. Really? Considering that this isn't Square Enix, but if this was actually word for word what Square Enix says about not only Kingdom Hearts, but just about any franchise, why do we not have Final Fantasy VII HD Remix or something like that? I mean, is it that obvious that Square Enix doesn't want to make money? But after that last quote, it's like, but there's also schedule constraints. You guys have had years upon years that you could have remade Final Fantasy VII. But no, they don't want to make money. They don't listen to the fans. They don't listen to the fans of the Final Fantasy franchise. Because if they did, they would have released an HD Final Fantasy VII years ago.